Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heyer and I believe in dragons. And to be very honest, I'm out of breath because that was a very high mountain. Oh, my goodness, I live beautiful, but dang, it's hard to get somewhere. Of course, yeah, it's not really a downside. I love this. I love it a lot that I can sweat, that I can. Before I I hug a tree, I have to do a quest. Before I do this, of course, I do this with a lot of pleasure. The Dragon's Path. I want to talk to you about. A Path is a spiritual path that some people take if they discover their dragon. And how do they discover their dragon? Very simple, by feeling them. And of course, that could be many skeptics can say, "Oh, feeling them, that's new." Of course, but I don't ask you to feel it as well. Of course, I ask it to you, to the ones that are watching to you, because you have this interest, and I know if you have this interest, there is more. Where there is smoke, there is fire, and this is what I'm always saying on the Dragon's Path. I've seen it, so yeah, and I want to talk to you actually also about not only that you feel them. Um, Sometimes dragons try to communicate with you, to talk to you, to speak through your mind. And that is how they communicate. They don't speak a language, they don't speak a dragon tongue, or they don't speak anything of English or something like that. No, the dragon speaks their own language, and that in most cases is their own mind. Their mind speaks for them. And you don't know this, maybe you don't know this from yourself, but your own mind is also speaking to them. So if you have strong minds and strong emotions, you are sometimes without knowing it talking to them. Talking, and that is why you cannot keep a secret from them, because you cannot manipulate your own mind. Um, when you hear the dragon saying something and you can say, oh no, I'm just imagining this. That is that is often what people tell you, that that you shouldn't talk to the voices in your head, that it's something bad. But that is how a dragon communicates. That is how sometimes people in back in the day from the 50s, or like Puff the Magical Dragon, that some children have imaginary friends and they talk to them in their minds. That is also what a dragon does. I cannot say differently. And in the beginning, you can say, oh, I'm going crazy because I hear voices. Maybe it's from my own. No, it's not. No, it's not. The dragon is trying to communicate, and of course, that is the first typical reaction of humans. Um, this is I'm going crazy. I hear stuff. That's so typical of them, that they would say that they are going crazy. No, instead, trust your feelings. Instead, trust whatever the words that come inside of your mind. No one else is hearing this, because they are not chosen by the dragon. The dragon chooses us. We do not choose a dragon. I never chose any path. I just accepted this path from the moment that I could feel the dragon. But at the moment that dragon immediately started to talk to me, to like, here I am, or something like that. It's more confusing actually than just talking to each other. It's in the beginning, it's like more whatever the dragon is gesturing. I mean, they are doing gestures and they are doing hand movements that you could feel, the movements that they want to take, that is inside of their mind. And sometimes they are communicating in this way, or maybe strong emotions, or maybe gestures, or things like that. It doesn't really have to be words. But whatever the dragon was saying to me in the beginning was very comforting. It was not that I'm going crazy or something like that. The only thing that I wanted to do is to hug the dragon and to be with the dragon. I trusted the dragon so much. So in order to hear the dragon, you just have to have an open mind. Um, I didn't had an open mind, by the way. I was a very converted atheist. I didn't believe in anything spiritual, especially the dragon or anything religious. I didn't believe it. I had to see it. I had to feel it. And that is what happened, actually. I had to experience it before I believe it, and I believed it after I experienced it. I would never say anything like that For like 20 years ago, for example, I would, oh my good, I would, if I would see myself saying this, I would say, oh yes, he is becoming crazy. You see, that is what I was, but I saw things. And I heard things. I heard things in my mind, yes, of course, but it was not me. I was not talking to myself, and that was so strange about it. It was not talk. I was not talking to myself, and I would never know these things that were saying to me. That is information that I would never. It's like you dream of something, and you never said, "Oh, I never even thought about that." Something like that. But much more information that is true from the past, from the future, from your family, from things that you couldn't know, but a dragon is knowing very much about yourself, information, very important information that they are trying to tell you. Spirits, my brothers and sisters, especially dragon spirits, are those are very strong spirits. Those spirits take their mind with them and so their body as well. So with taking their very, very strong mind with them, they also can communicate just by thinking. And you as well, my brothers and sisters, you have a very, very strong mind as well. And you have also keeping your body, but it changed, of course, once you were born in this world on this side of the veil. Of course, you still have your draconic spirit by your side, but yeah, you don't have this shape shifting or mind that the dragon has by your side. They are the guardians, they are your guardians, and you are the reborn dragon. That is what part that you are on the dragon's eye. And you, your dragon, and your dragon god can communicate with each other just by thinking it. And when I'm in the forest, I can hear my goddess Tiamat thinking. I can hear what she's saying to me. Every single day, she's trying to say something to me. Just by saying something that they are thinking, of course. So it's with Tiamat, it's much more complicated because Tiamat is a primal force of nature. She is Mother Earth. I try to feel her, I try to hear her, and I can because she's a part of my dragon eye. I don't know which dragon god is part of your eye, but you should hear him or her very, very well. And then your guardian is just born like you. You and your guardian or guardians have a history back in the day or maybe in another dimension or in another reality, but you have reached each other's paths again. You are always intertwined with each other, and so now again you're trying to reach each other and communicate with each other. Of course, you are a human being. You are raised not to hear the voices in your head. It might be very difficult in the beginning to accept this, but in fact it's very much true that you have a dragon by your side, and you later on should discover where this is coming from. Yeah, after 15 years on the dragon's path, I'm not all through it to know where my guardian is coming from, but I have a clue, I have a hinge. I'm not going too quick in conclusions. I sometimes see that brothers and sisters come very quick to conclusions. I don't want to say that you are wrong, but in the back in the day, I also made conclusion very fast, and it turned out that it was totally different than I thought. That you have to have patience in order to know answers on your path. Not immediately saying, this is it and it's not going to change. Of course, it's going to change. You are in the beginning of your path, everything can happen. And so, understanding your dragon and your own dragon mind, your own dragon soul, that is also something to understand because this soul is thinking way beyond your human soul. You are actually two spirits intertwined with each other. That is what you actually a bit are. And those can have in conflict, those can have conversations with each other as well. So once your dragon guardian is trying to talk to you, they are trying to talk to your dragon soul. And your dragon soul, together with your human energy, your human soul, can also have a conflict that is into refusing the dragon, refusing the voices in your head, and refusing whatever the dragon is saying to you. I did that in the beginning, but it didn't take long. So, dragons are talking to us. Dragons are speaking to us. We just need to hear it and need to accept it. I know That is why I say forget everything you know or think you know. All you need is your intuition and instincts. Your instincts are draconic, so let this talk again to the dragon, to your guardian. It's not that easy, of course, as a human being to accept something like that, but it's the only way to talk to each other. It's a very beautiful thing to communicate with your dragon, and the only thing you need is a very strong mind. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.